Peggy 18.
The Resident Evil Origins collection is heading to you early 2016, serving up Resident Evil and Resident Evil 0 in the same package. It's the ultimate partnership in survival horror. Speaking of which, we thought it was high time to look at the greatest partnerships in the Resident Evil series. Kicking us off is arguably the most successful pairing of heroes, rookie Rebecca Chambers and mysterious bad boy Billy Cohen in Resident Evil 0. Thrown together as the events of the Resident Evil franchise kicks off around them, they opt for teamwork to see them through. They may not have trusted each other to begin with, but necessity forces them to cooperate and form a team that repeatedly saves each other's hides. What more could you ask for in a partner than that? In terms of bromance, the series has probably never quite equaled Birkin and Wesker. Sorry, Jackass and Grinder. Birkin and Wesker, partnered in their deviousness, worked well together in an organisation where double-crossing and treachery was part of the job description. Wesker would probably go as far as to say he respected William, and then say something pithy about him failing to share his ultimate vision. In any case, Wesker has since struggled to find a partnership that's been quite as fruitful or trustworthy.
So I see you've managed to arrive at the village on time.
Yes, but nobody remembered to roll out my red carpet.
You'll be needing a partner, right? Someone suitable to join you in your new world? I believe I've proven I'm worthy, haven't I?
Perhaps you have.
When you mention Resident Evil partnerships, most people jump to Chris and Jill, poster stars of the mansion adventure, but really they spend the entire game locked away from each other. Points for the rescue though. Chris and Jill's partnership kicks off outside of the gameplay. They are rarely united on screen until Lost in Nightmares, but when they do team up, they're a force to be reckoned with. But it didn't end well for the partners. Losing his teammate seems to be a thing that haunts Chris in the later games, so full credit to Sheva for standing toe-to-toe with him. She might not have punched that boulder, but she went the distance and helped Chris take on and defeat Wesker. That's a pretty successful partnership. I'd say that 2 is the magic number for Chris, but lest we forget. Speaking of which, it's time that we stopped and paid our respects to those great partnerships cut short by tragedy. Now, back to great partnerships, and one that has truly stood the test of time. It's perhaps the most bizarre partnership yet. Agent Leon Kennedy and the mysterious Ada Wong have been helping each other out in one way or another since Resident Evil 2, and their paths keep crossing. Whilst not the most cooperative of unions, it's certainly effective, with Leon and Ada saving each other just in the nick of time, every time. If these two ever actually got on the same page, they would probably be the most devastating tag team to ever set foot in the Resident Evil universe.
Need a ride, handsome?
Okay.
Until that day, they have their awkward will they or won't they dynamic to keep the spark alive. It makes moments like these extra uncomfortable.
Ada.
Maybe one day they will formally pair up, but until then I guess we'll have to settle on gaming's greatest flirtation. There are other partnerships out there in Resident Evil,
Hey, it's that dog.
but for our minds, these are the ones that have really stood out above the others. What have been your favourites? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you early 2016 for the Resident Evil Origins collection, where it's your turn to take it all back to the beginning and take the reins of Resident Evil's first partnership with Rebecca and Billy.